All right, man, peace. So for those of you who follow boxing, you'll know that oftentimes it takes a very long time for a mega bout to come to fruition. And that is the case in the potential mega fight between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, who both currently hold title belts in the heavyweight division. Well, I made a video about 2 weeks ago in which Deontay Wilder officially made an offer of $50 million to Anthony Joshua. As of today, Joshua and his team have not accepted the offer, but Anthony Joshua has sat down and he has engaged in an interview in which he claims that he wants to fight just as much as Deontay Wilder does, allegedly. So let's see what he has to say.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. I've been here with Van and Michael J. Babcock. Everyone wants to see Anthony Joshua fight Deontay Wilder, the two biggest, baddest, most dangerous heavyweight boxers on the planet.
It is very simply the biggest fight in boxing.
I agree, it is the biggest fight in boxing, and it's a fight that has to happen. Anthony Joshua, sir, you can run, but you cannot hide. He's making up a lot of excuses, and as I stated in the previous video, I'm sure that one of the main excuses that he's using is that he does not want to fight in America, and he's going to confirm that in this video. In the last video that I made, Deontay Wilder pretty much stated that one of the prerequisites for Anthony Joshua accepting the deal of $50 million is that the fight has to be in America. I thought that that was a major mistake by Deontay Wilder and his team, because if you're that desperate for the fight, you should be willing to go anywhere. And you have to understand that really all the cards are in favor of Anthony Joshua and his team. He has more appeal, he has greater charisma, and the media is going to be on his side. So you have to agree to fight him in Britain and go beat him there. Because at the end of the day, if you're Deontay Wilder, you have to be looking for the knockout. You can't be looking for a 12-round decision anyway. So it really does not matter where the fight is going to be fought at.
I know we talk about Canelo and Triple G, but there is no bigger fight right now in the world than Anthony Joshua versus
nothing like those heavyweights. Remember, Anthony Joshua is a Beats by Dre fighter. Dr. Dre,
Dre loves Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I bet he does. I bet Dr. Dre does love Anthony Joshua. I'm pretty sure he'd love to get in the ring with Anthony Joshua in more ways than one.
Yeah, they FaceTime with Dr. Dre telling how big of a fan he was. That was a really cool moment. And of course, Deontay Wilder is the most violent thing in United States boxing.
Well, no, Deontay Wilder is not the most violent thing in United States boxing because he's not a thing. He's a man. What he is you can say he may be the most aggressive heavyweight in the division. That's a description that's more apropos. He's not the most violent thing because he's not a thing. He's a human being.
He's out there knocking out all sorts of people, calls himself Bomb Squad, one of the most exciting guys in all professional sports. And he
is very exciting. He's also very wild. And I believe that his wildness may be used against him in a bout against Anthony Joshua, because I believe that Anthony Joshua's team is going to inform him that he has to utilize the jab, especially given the understanding that Deontay likes to throw very wild right and left hooks. And oftentimes his jab is flat. Even though he does have a good jab, his jab oftentimes is flat and he likes to square his shoulders. So as long as Anthony Joshua listens to his team and he maintains his fundamentals, he is going to have that advantage at the very least. He will have that advantage, even though I do believe that there are going to be some very tenuous moments in the bout for both fighters. I think that Wilder is going to be able to hurt Joshua, and Joshua is going to have to get up off the mat at least once. And Wilder may have to get up off the mat at least once.
These two have been on a collision course for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Joshua has cleaned up most of the other belts besides the one that Deontay Wilder has. And people are wondering, why isn't it happening?
Yeah, we've heard Deontay call out...
We know why it's not happening already. Deontay Wilder is extremely dangerous, and as I've already stated, Anthony Joshua pretty much has all the cards in his favor.
Anthony Joshua on this show, as a matter of fact, a lot. Basically being like, sign the contract already, let's get this fight going. But now, for the first time, you hear Anthony Joshua not only respond to Deontay Wilder, but respond aggressively with a cuss word-laden prediction of how the fight's going to go. He was out at a Q&A event in Cardiff, Wales, speaking with radio host Polly James, and this is what Anthony Joshua said.
He's kind of said, all right, cool, come and fight me in America. But the thing is with that, number one, as I said, I owe it to the fans and everyone that's been supporting me to do it here. And number two, if I go there, there's a lot of like tricks that they play in terms of like referees and judges, and that's why I want to be at home where I'm secure. So I ain't got nothing.
Well, really, what are you trying to say, Anthony Joshua? Are you saying that they're going to job you in the United States? You should not even be thinking about a decision. You should be thinking about knocking Deontay Wilder out. Both of you guys have knockout power in either hand. I will give you this. In regards to the bargaining table and who has the advantages there, you do have that advantage. And I stated that that was a strategic error on the part of Deontay Wilder and his team to stipulate to Joshua that the fight does have to occur in the United States. But I'm guessing that they figure, well, we're offering this dude $50 million. He's never made that before, so he should be willing to come over to the United States to get that $50 million ass whooping. But do I believe that Anthony Joshua is scared of Deontay Wilder? Yes, I do. Everyone knows that in order for you to be officially recognized as a worldwide great boxer, you do have to come to the States. You have to come to America. That's just how it goes. Pacquiao came here. Ricky Hatton came here. All the other greats from across the world have come to fight in America. And Las Vegas is still looked at as the capital of boxing. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Got nothing to lose, and I'm gonna rain down hell on him. I'm gonna him up bad.
Well, if you really feel like that, then you should have signed a contract already, and where you fought would not be a problem. So I don't think that you really feel that way.
I'll go to.
And let me say this, I'm not saying that that's not going to happen. I'm not saying that Anthony Joshua is going to lose. I'm just saying that he has some doubts. Because if he didn't have at least some doubts, the fight would have been signed already.
You've seen it. I can definitely go to hell and back, and I enjoy it there.
Well, I agree. I have seen you go to hell and back against Klitschko. Very impressive performance. But will you be able to do that against a young fighter, not against a guy pushing 50 like Vladimir Klitschko?
There as well, so this time I'm gonna own it.
Okay, when you read the words, when you read the words on paper and you see him say, "I'm going to bleep him up bad, I'm going to bleep him up," you think, okay, here's a guy who's like spewing confidence, right?
Yeah.
But when you watch that video, is it just me, or do you see a guy who's saying those words but doesn't really show like he believes those words?
Yeah, the video's a little bit longer too when he talks about all the reasons why he doesn't want to fight in America and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he really believes it. I think that's what we call wolf tickets.
Yeah.
I think that if
It's a bit of wolf tickets, it's a bit of chicanery, and it's also a bit of wily negotiations. He wants to make sure that everything is in his favor. We're living in the post-Floyd Mayweather era of boxing negotiations where fighters want to make sure that they have as many advantages as they can before they sign the dotted line, and there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, when you're engaging in combat, especially when you're going to potentially fight a fighter who is as over-aggressive in the ring as Deontay Wilder, you're hoping that he and his team are also as over-aggressive in negotiations, because when you're thirsty, you make bad decisions. So that's really what this is about primarily. But do I believe that Anthony Joshua has some doubts? I have no doubt about that. He has some doubts over whether or not he's going to be able to defeat Wilder. But I think that he has the technical advantage over Wilder. Now, does he have the heart advantage? Does he have the want-to advantage over Wilder? We're going to find out.
they really wanted to fight, if Hearn and Joshua beats by all, if they really wanted to fight, the fight will be made right here.
Anthony Joshua is
I agree with that, sir.
painted himself in a corner. He said, I will blank you up. And Deontay Wilder has told us many times that the contract is there. He just has to sign it. And now I think Joshua has to sign it after talking
Here's
this
the deal.
crap.
Also, Anthony Joshua is making this, he's making us choose sides, right? He's basically saying Americans are cheaters, and us over here with the British, United Kingdom, we are the honorable boxing country.
I love that about
And
this.
to that I say, screw you, Anthony Joshua. I was not going to root against you, but now I'm going to root against you. Okay?
that's bomb squad over here.
Deontay Wilder knocks your teeth out.
It's bomb squad over here.
I hope he knocks your teeth out. I hope.
Well, we're going to find out. I'm going to be rooting for a great fight. I don't really have any real severe rooting interest for this fight. I like both fighters. I honestly just hope that both these brothers still have all their faculties after this bout, because as hard as the both of them hit and the lack of head movement that the both of them have, they're both going to be suffering from serious concussions after this fight. I have no doubt about that.
I hope that you're stuck eating all that British food for that crappy British food, potatoes and mash, and all that garbage shit that no one likes.
one day.
You know what else? We want Meghan Markle back.
Yeah, we want Meghan Markle back.
It's ridiculous what's going on over there. We want her back.
I'm going to be making a video most likely about this whole Prince Harry and Meghan Markle wedding. It revealed a lot. For a lot of you brothers out there who pay very close attention, they revealed a lot in regards to the true subconscious yearnings of certain demographics in the United States. Because Meghan Markle did act as an avatar for many liberal black females here in America, getting swept off of her feet by the Caucasoid Prince of Great Britain, Prince Harry. But that's neither here nor there.
Your ginger prince doesn't deserve
take one of our men. Once you marry somebody from over there, Anthony Joshua.
That's right.
Not you, but
yeah. But if you want to come on the show and talk about it, we're glad to have you in the office. So you have your people call.
And then when you get here, we ain't really say.
Yeah, no.
Just playing.
Yeah, they don't really want anything with Anthony Joshua. They like Anthony Joshua, but once again, that whole Meghan Markle, Prince Harry incident, that marriage, but once again, I'll be covering another video. She acted as an avatar / Vicar for a lot of people here in the United States. That's one of the reasons why they make such a big deal about that wedding. Another reason is that Great Britain still presides over America, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, peace.